All right, y'all, so it is still very much winter time here in Northeast Texas, but with spring coming right around the corner, now's the perfect time to be thinking about the goals for your farm or homestead, even if it's in your backyard. In recent years, the number of backyard flocks has just rose immensely, and people love knowing where their food comes from. But even more popular are all of the different egg colors that are available in the chickens that we raise. No longer are we tied to the stereotypical white or brown, but now we have these beautiful shades of blues and greens that have become so popular. So I thought I could give y'all a little crash course in egg color genetics, but a very simplified version. All right, so let's first discuss that egg color in chickens is going to happen in two phases. First, in the development of the egg shell, and then later, whether or not there's an overlay color added. Okay? Thanks, geese. So in chickens, there's a gene that actually determines whether a pigment is going to be added to the eggshell during eggshell development. If an allele for blue pigment is present, then the shell is going to appear blue, okay? If there is no allele for blue pigment, then the egg is going to be white. So there are only two different colors of eggshells for chickens, blue and white. The blue is dominant, so as long as the chicken just has at least one copy of the blue allele, your egg's going to have a blue hue to it. Now, I know you know that there are brown eggs. There are green eggs. We just talked about them. This is where the second part of egg color development comes in, the brown overlay. There's a second gene that produces a brown pigment over the shell of a developed egg. So if you have a chicken that only lays white eggs but has the allele for brown pigment over the shell, you'll have a brown egg. And I don't know if you've ever paid attention when you've been cracking your brown eggs open, but they're white on the inside because the shell is white with a brown pigment overlay. Now, just like with the white egg with the brown overlay gene, if you take a blue shelled egg and you have an allele for the brown overlay, that is when you are going to get green or olive. There are dozens of genes that actually go into the different hues of greens and browns and tans and blues. But these are the four basic colors, okay? And not sure if you notice, if you've ever cracked open your olive or green eggs, but they are blue shelled on the inside. So it is a blue egg shell with a brown overlay. Now, in recent years, there have been such an influx of olive egger breeders, people who breed specifically for this beautiful green egg color. But I want customers to know that not all the time do those beautiful green eggs translate into hens that will also lay green eggs. So here at our farm, we actually use two different varieties of purebred chicken that are homozygous for blue or have two copies of the blue shell gene, so they only lay blue eggs. And we have a brown egg layer that is homozygous for the brown overlay and lays dark brown eggs. And we cross the two together to create our green or olive egg layers. Now, the problem with this is not the color of egg, because they lay an absolutely beautiful shade of olive. The problem is that when you cross those two birds together, now you do not have pure breeding blue and pure breeding brown. You have what's known as a heterozygous offspring, which means they have one blue copy, one white copy, one brown copy, and one non-brown copy. When you breed two heterozygous green egg layers together, you can only expect about 50% or a little more than half to be able to lay those green eggs that you're wanting. About 18% of them are going to lay just blue eggs. About 18% are going to lay brown eggs. And then you have about a 6% chance of them laying white. Now, because of the increased popularity in green eggs, there have been some established true breeding green egg layers, such as the Whiting True Greens from certain hatcheries, as well as the landrace breed, the Silver Rudd's Blue. These guys lay a really pretty light shade of green, and they blend well with dark brown egg layers to create these olive colors. So I hope I didn't bore you with the science of egg color genetics, and I hope that this helps in your selections of your breeds this spring. Take care.